Hi and welcome to the revival of GM's Day Off. I will be the Game Master. You know me, Blaze Reason, creator of Ishanek and World Shaper, but we shall be playing Tales from Elsewhere from Peter. Say hi, Peter.
Hi, I'm Peter. I'm the creator and lead designer of Tales from Elsewhere, and I'm super excited to have Blaze run this game. We've been talking about it for a while, and I can't wait.
Yeah, and we of course have also other guests here. For example, Ryan.
Hey, I'm Ryan, lead designer of Etherial from Fine Ground Cryptids, and awesome to be here. Looking forward to this.
And we've got Zarek.
I'm Zarek, lead designer of Indominant at Odin's Key Gaming.
And also we've got Trek here.
Hi, I'm Trek. I make videos on the internet and I talk too much.
No, you don't.
Yeah, we're all fans of Trek here. He doesn't talk enough.
Yeah, you're indeed very welcome to here. And who knows, maybe one day we shall run your game, Flarefall, right? If you like.
Yeah.
But yes, how about we get started? Tales of Elsewhere. A world a little bit post-apocalyptic, a little bit steampunked, all Weird West. As our little group, I wouldn't call them exactly adventurers, but people that have survived this harsh world. Contact has been lost to Fort Sangre Vita, which is in the far east, the last fort for the river La Lengua and the haunted Los Dientes Mountains. Just an area full of aberrations, monsters, and all sorts of eldritch unholy being. The fort is there to make sure nothing sneaks in the relatively safer areas of the Langstrom County. But, as I said, contact has been lost, and you people have been organized to go out there, find out what happens, led by Sheriff Cooper. Who is Sheriff Cooper?
So Sheriff Cooper has been a sheriff in Langstrom County for many, many years, and he's mostly found that people will sort themselves out if you give them a chance. He hasn't needed to draw his gun in at least 3 years now. He mostly just has to give people a stern reminder about etiquette in civilized society, and they're willing to sort things out. So he's a gruff man. He's definitely getting on in years. He's not as fast on the draw as he used to be when he was young, and not as spry as he used to be either. But he knows that if contact's been lost with Fort Sangre Vita, that something's not right, and he definitely needs to look into that, because if monsters come into Langstrom County, it makes his day job way harder.
All right. But he has also some people with him. How about Jesse Calloway?
Yep. Yeah, Jesse Calloway. He's a bit of a gruff man himself. Has this long brown tattered duster that's seen better days. Nice. Almost like, it's not a real sheriff's hat, but kind of a sheriff's hat that kind of sits on the brow of his head. A whip at his side as well, and then strapped across him is a flask that is very easy to access at any given point. Covered in sand and dirt and dust from the wasteland itself, and he himself has seen better days with a pointed jaw that has a bit of a scar on it, and gruff, unshaven beard and uneven hair, a bit oily and slicked back, and his eyes look a little bit hollow and tired. But he's joining along today, as he's always tried to keep an eye out for a good artifact, and you never know what you're gonna find when you're joining along the way, or even if just maybe a way to redeem his name a little bit, as it's been dragged through the mud a bit in the last recent couple of years. So when he was asked to join along by a sheriff, he was more than happy to tag along.
Alright, how about Doc Drifter?
Yeah, that's me. Doc Drifter is like the super old guy. He's clearly seen a lot. A lot of people have had bad stuff happen to them out in the wasteland. he's seen the type of stuff that people don't recover from because his job is to put people back together, and that doesn't always work out. He's kind of been forced to take part in this mission because his last operation went very poorly, and it was on a rich kid, and his father now hates me. Don't worry about him. The worst thing that can happen out in the wasteland is probably not that much worse than what happens if I stay in town, basically.
You may live to regret those words, Doc.
I hope I do.
And finally, Tin Man Johnny.
Yes, Tin Man Johnny is somebody who has definitely seen rough times in life. He's got a lot of scars and wounds. He's got fully metal clockwork arms and legs that were replaced because they were removed by blood oilers. Him and his family were captured, and he was the only one that escaped alive. And so he is not very big people person per se, but he's a frontiersman, and he likes to work as a guide to kind of protect people in the dangerous parts of the world. So that's sort of his job, and why he's here is he knows there's something going on at Fort Sangravita, and so his job here is to guide and try to help protect these people.
All right, all of you are going to the west. The sun is shining down hot, and it is hot. You're slightly sweating under all the heat. As before you, in front of the path, you suddenly see somebody lying on the ground.
Oh, hell. Here we go, I say. All right, I unholster my revolver, or I pop the latch on my holster. I don't actually get it out yet. All right, and I walk up. I say, "All right, Doc, you're up. Let's come take a look at this." And I want to approach.
All right, what happened to this guy?
Oh, sorry. I saw Blaze raise his hand.
I just wanted to say, also very noticeably, there's a horse munching on some bushes next to the road. I don't think that
I'll deal
horse
with that
is really
later.
hiding or anything. I just wanted to mention that. But all right,
Yeah.
Doc.
What do you see here, Doc? What do you think?
I presume
I think he's dead.
He is indeed dead. I presume you're an expert in medical knowledge, right?
Yeah.
So, as you go down to investigate, you notice he doesn't have any sorts of wounds, but there is a flask laying right next to him on the ground. It is open, and a little bit of a liquid is still there. And you look at it with your special eye, sniff a bit on it, and yes, there is definitely poison in there.
Poison? What are we in a dime novel? I say. What? Who gets poison out here in the middle of nowhere?
What are you talking
That's
about?
like-
Poison.
Mm.
Jesse Calloway kind of strolls over.
Yeah.
Also-
Weird, right? Any of you know anything about poisons?
Also, Sheriff, I presume you would know things like this. You recognize the uniform this man is wearing. He's definitely from the fort.
Oh, okay. So it's like a militia member, huh?
Yes.
Part of the militia. Oh, okay. And how far are we from the fort still, though? Like, is it still a ways out?
I would say roughly a day's walk until you get to the
Okay,
fort.
so he is far from where his post should be. Not much like that.
Is
and
he,
done
is
drank
he
poison.
closer to where we came from than he is to the fort? Like, how long have we been traveling at this point?
Right,
Like,
yeah.
That's a good question, Peter. How far is the town away?
If we were on foot, it would take quite a while to get there. Yeah, if we were all traveling on foot, it would be like 5 days walk probably to get
Yeah.
to Fort Sangravino.
Then let's just
okay,
say
so we're closer
for-
to Sangravita then.
Yeah, you're definitely closer to the fort. You've been walking for roughly 4 days, and you should arrive today.
Sheriff, I told you that's why we need horses. Why did we decide to walk 5 days?
Look, all right, look, the governor didn't have a budget for horses, okay? Mutation-free horses are real expensive, and on a sheriff's salary, I certainly can't afford one.
That's fair.
As this is happening, sorry. I was just going to say I would be approaching the horse calmly, trying to keep calm, and I sort of hang on the edge of the group anyways normally.
Yeah.
So
the horse,
sorry.
give me I get acuity would be a good test to A, see if anything's weird with the horse, and B, to try to calm it down, right? Or am I suggesting?
Yeah, searching for things, looking for clues. That would be like trying to assess something. Would be acuity.
Yeah. So, Tin Man Johnny, give me an acuity test, please.
okay, so remind me, Peter, just one D10, right?
Get 1d10 and add your bonus. And just a reminder, in general, in this game, the storyteller tells the player what number they're going for before they roll. Is usually how, so they can risk assess and possibly use consumables and do that kind of stuff. Generally speaking.
Okay, let's go with a novice then.
Okay.
So that's a 6. Oh yeah, got it. The
got a
horse
9, yeah.
seems fine, normal. You approach it, and the horse sees you. Doesn't seem very startled. He's used to humans, and you manage to get closer without problems, calming it down. And if you like, you
well, the horse ain't in distress, so it's not like he was bushwhacked or something and real scared. I want to look for tracks around this guy, see if there's more than one set.
all right. That would be again an acuity test, right?
Yep, looking for tracks.
Give
Tracking
me
somebody
an
down.
I would say adapt. Yeah, give me an adapt check.
Sounds good. I'm pretty good at this. Oh, but not when I roll really poorly. You know what? I'm going to use my luck, and I'm going to re-roll that. Because you know what? I'm not starting this off with a failure. Let's try again.
Yeah.
Well, it's only fair. It's my own game. I got to struggle at it. So I can't make heads or tails of this.
I'm gonna kind of look around a bit, and you said that there is a flask with like obvious poison, right?
Mm-hmm. Or at least
I'm gonna
doctor,
pick it up.
It's at least for the doctor, it's obvious. Not necessarily.
Right. I assume, Doc, you shared that information with us, right?
Mhm.
Yep. If some of you
Hold on,
have
let
had
me
enough.
We're like a day out here from it, and he's clearly gotten killed by poison. So, like, you don't just get poison added to your drink halfway through a journey. Something's going down at the fort then, because he left and then he would have been poisoned. Doc, are you able to see like how long he's been like this?
He's about far enough from the fort that, like, this is when you would drink, basically.
Yeah.
Yes,
So-
indeed. Like, this is a
he was poisoned.
reasonable distance from the fort where you said, I'm thirsty, Todd. Let's take the first sip out of my water bottle.
Oh, so he was poisoned at the fort then, most likely.
I wanted to look for identification on him. Papers, a note, anything he might have on him that would give me some more information. And does he have any weapons on him? Is he armed?
He has a simple militia rifle on him. His name, you find it on his name tag, and the documents he's carrying message with him, a letter, as it is. It's not sealed or anything, so you can open it up easily. And
I'm the sheriff. I'll open whatever I want.
it's a message from Emilia Brooke, which you would recognize as the commander of the fort. She is asking for reinforcements, that they have been attacked every night by hordes of zombies, that they have had a lot of casualties, and that this is not sustainable.
Well, that's not good. So I look at my, and I let everybody know what I find. And I look around at my companions here, and I notice that Doc Drifter is probably not healed. He doesn't have a gun, does he?
Oh, absolutely not.
I take the rifle and say, I hand him the rifle from the militiaman. Well, you don't walk in. We're not walking into some zombie assault with you with no gun, sir. And I hand him the rifle.
Much appreciated. I'll take that as an advance to my pay.
Yeah, hey, rifles are not cheap. So,
what does it look like mechanically?
it's probably a lever rifle. Probably
yeah,
is what he
lever
had.
rifle, I would say. That's 10 shots in there. Reload, I think, 2 at a time, and I don't know the rest.
Yeah,
I don't
uses
think so
Right.
far ahead. I was like, yeah, obviously he would have a gun. Yes, obviously it would make sense that you looted, but I did not prepare for that, okay?
Okay. So it uses a D8 injury die, and it can shoot distant targets. So basically, if you can see it, you can hit it.
Okay.
And it would inflict bleeding injuries like all firearms do.
While this is going on, Blaze, I'd be, trying to keep the horse calm, petting it, and seeing if it has a saddle still on it.
Yes, it does have a saddle on him. He's fully equipped.
Okay.
Nothing too fancy or expensive, but what it would probably make sense that he was riding on the horse.
Okay. Is there anything in the saddle?
Just some rations, enough for the journey. Nothing else.
Okay.
I'm gonna pull the body off the road here. Now, did you say that Doc Drifter has a shovel?
I do.
I said I'd like
Just
to bury
for
this
cases
man.
like this.
Yeah, I don't want to leave this man out here for the buzzards. And Sheriff Cooper is a man of faith, and so I'd like to. Doc, would you help me bury this man? And I'll say a few words over him, and just before we
Yeah, sure. Just give me a minute, because in my professional medical opinion, if he has any money, he doesn't need it anymore. So we're gonna.
Oh,
you know.
I completely agree. His supplies are needed for the cause. Unironically. The dead don't need their equipment anymore. We, the living, need it to fend off the zombies and monsters out there.
So yeah, anything that's not like even socks, if they're not too dirty, we can sell those.
Socks.
There's a whole-
soldier
it's
socks,
fine.
son. I'd say nobody's gonna want some rank old soldier socks.
Yeah, the socks ain't looking so good, but you do find a few bucks on him. Not much. I don't think I need to say an exact number. I don't think this will be relevant for the one shot, but
Yeah,
but
this is
yeah,
also just roleplay.
yeah, you take the money, and other than that, there are some rations in the saddle, which you can, of course, also take with you.
Yeah, we can bring the horse with us. Johnny, if you want to just manage that horse as we go, not that we can all ride it, but we can put supplies on it and such. Does that sound good?
Sure. I was actually going to let the horse go, but send it off to go back to town kind of thing. But if that's what you want to do, sure, I'll guide the horse.
Well, yeah, because home for this horse is probably the fort, and we don't want it going back there unsupervised, so we take it with us. And that way, if we do find survivors, we could rig up a sled, attach it to the horse, right, and then take them all the way back to Langstrom.
Or if we find
That's,
3 more guys like this one, we'll have 3 more horses, and then we'll have one for each of us. So.
Sure, that's a very good point there, Sheriff. So I will. I'll lead the horse then. I'm guessing it's got reins as well, and I'll just walk with the horse and lead it.
Yeah, it's probably a saddle horse, so yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm still a little bit disturbed about this poison thing. The zombies, I'm actually a little bit more disturbed about the poison than I am about the zombies, because how on earth do you get poisoned at your own place if the concern is about the undead?
Yeah, I'm with you, Jesse, because this reeks of foul play. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Zombies, I understand. Zombies are simple. Zombies, you know what they're gonna do. But men, on the other hand, who would poison their fellow soldiers, that's something extra sinister. So let's post haste get over to that fort.
Yeah. I'm gonna say right now, I think somebody didn't want word getting out about these zombies.
Is Jesse armed with a gun as well? I forget.
Jesse just has a whip, and he has a
Okay,
he's got
I get
crowbar.
up
He's
my
got
second.
crowbar also.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I get out I have a second 6-shooter. I get out my revolver, I check it, I load it with 6 shots, and I'll hand it to you.
Jesse actually just holds up a hand and goes, "Not my style, Sheriff. Appreciate though. I got all I need
say,
right
"Hey,
here."
it's
And
your
he
funeral,
taps
friend.
the whip.
I say, it's your funeral, friend. I'd prefer to stay much farther away from a zombie myself, but I'm not as young as I used to be, so if you need it, it's here.
Appreciate it, but never held one before. Don't plan to now.
Like the only person in all of Clockworld who's never held a gun. Right? I love it.
Whoops. Lore breaker.
No, it's great. He's a fighter. Well, and Tin Man Johnny, you probably don't have a gun either, do you?
No, I have a bow, but it's like on my back or probably around my chest, I'd say, and a quiver. But that's it. I don't have a gun, no.
Right, and your big robot hands make it kind of hard to use guns. So.
Yeah. The bow is a last resort. Like if I really need it, I'm not very good with the bow with these big mechanical arms.
Right.
My pa taught me how to use a whip, and trust me, you ain't never seen anybody whip like I have.
I look forward to the demonstration then.
I do too. I hope I'm not. I really do too.
All right, shall we roll out, folks?
Yeah, and
let's do it.
I'll kind of stay
After burying the guy,
behind, or actually probably ahead of the group, since that's kind of my role is like the guide. I'll stay ahead of the group, keep an eye out, and keep the horse.
So you
With me.
go ahead.
Right, you're a
just in case.
frontiersman.
And
Yeah.
Can I check if there's any sign of like this guy slowly turning into a zombie as well?
yeah, sure. Give me, I guess, an acuity check.
Oh, I'm not good at those.
It's gonna be
Hello.
easy since you are. That's just right. I have to say the number beforehand, right? But I was going to say 4, so you're fine. Especially as you're an expert. Yeah, no, he looks dead. But
Yeah, no
but
zombie. I don't see any bites on him.
You don't see any bites, no injuries, nothing that indicates that he's slowly turning to one of the undead. But yeah, you
For your
bury him
information,
on the side of the road, a shallow grave, but at least something. And the Cooper says a few words, hoping for that this man might move on to a peaceful life, to a peaceful existence in the afterlife, or whatever might be afterwards.
Just FYI, Blaze, I am familiar with the unholy on my knowledges, so I do know a little something about undead. No expert, but I do have unholy familiarity.
Okay, then you can truly see there's zero indication that he might be returning.
Sounds good. That's why you bury him nice and deep too, just in case.
Yeah.
Okay, then I guess
I
it's
would-
shallow. Yeah.
Sorry, I was just gonna say I would probably have been checking. I'm familiar with blood oilers, so I would have been checking if there was any signs of blood oiler, involvement. But I imagine there's not, considering what you just said. So
No, blood oilers
Yeah, they
seem to
wouldn't-
be very messy, very bloody, and like I said, there are no injuries on this man.
They wouldn't leave a perfectly good corpse behind.
right, yeah.
Right.
That's how I figure.
We're in daylight here.
I'm kind of. Oh, sorry. I was just gonna say I'm kind of always. My character's always like on guard for blood oilers because of his past.
Makes sense.
Makes sense.
They sawed off
smart
all
way
of
to
my
live.
limbs. So,
Yeah, smart.
So you continue to move. Slowly, the sun is going down a bit. It's not night. It's just, and after walking for roughly 8 hours, there you see the fort from afar. And something very noticeable that you see is actually on the north side of the fort. There seems to be a lot of simple wooden crosses put into the ground. Looks like an improvised mass grave. Do you want to see also the door, the gate of the fort, and somebody standing guard next to the gate on top of the wall? Do you wish to approach from the front, or what is your plan?
Yeah, I mean, we are the cavalry, such that we are. So I would just walk up. I'd have my badge nice and visible on my duster, and call out as I approach. Say, hey there. Oh, we've got loading.
Yep.
I'm gonna keep an eye behind us. While he's doing that, I'm gonna keep a close eye behind us, scanning the horizon, make sure nothing's gonna try sneaking up on us while we approach.
Yeah, you
Okay.
can watch our 6. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'll just call out real friendly like. I say, evening there, friend.
You see him. He's one of those clockwork people. Simple militia. You see with the rifle. He looks at you. His eyes a bit empty. One moment, as he just slowly walks down the wall, and you see him disappear. But after a few moments, he opens up the gate. Come inside. The commander will want to speak with you.
He says, I say, sounds good. Yeah, what's the status, soldier?
It's not looking good. Not looking good. As you can see
Well, I'll
from
follow
the
him.
open gate, the fort looks hauntingly empty. You see one guard on the one militia on the other side of the fort on the wall. He looks like he's barely keeping his eyes open, just a bit shaken. You see 4 buildings inside also. The guard says the commander is down there, pointing towards. Let me zoom out the map so that the audience may also see it. Pointing to the building in the southwest, the smaller one. I can't lead you there. I have to go back to the post. Not many people left.
Oh, that's all right there, soldier. Quite all right.
As he
I'll follow where he's...
As he walks back up the wall to take up his post again.
I would sort of lag behind, just keeping being very wary. As this is a very weird scenario, I'm just kind of lagging behind, letting Sheriff go do the talking, and I'll stay outside and kind of be on guard.
All right. Well, yeah, I'll... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, thanks. Jesse's gonna follow on, but he's gonna take his like fedora off basically, and he's gonna kind of look around a bit, and then he's gonna whoever's closest to him as he's walking. I guess Doc as he's walking. He's like, just remember, Doc, we can't trust anyone here. Somebody's got something out for the rest of the people here, so keep your eyes open.
Yep. Anyway, it's been a long journey. I would love a drink. And I approach the well and I pull out a bucket just to see how the water looks like, basically.
Yeah, you pull out the bucket, and as a doctor, you recognize the water seems fine. You don't see any traces of any poison, any toxic thing.
A good old chug.
Tastes like perfectly normal water from a well. You don't feel any sorts of ill effects. And you
That's
feel
a relief.
refreshed after a long journey.
So, which building was it that they said the captain was in? I missed which one
He's
is
in
it?
Southwest, right?
This one down here. You should see the
Southwest.
name.
Okay, I'll mosey on over there and give a knock on the door.
So I see. Everybody want to go with him, or
I will not go with him inside. I'll stay outside, and I'll probably take the horse to the stable or wherever I see if there's some other horses.
you don't see any other horses? But I might have forgotten
Okay, I'll
to add a stable.
That's
I
There's
said
just a
that
place
there's
to, like-
like an area right here where you can see
Okay.
where horses usually are, but there are no horses left.
Or like, what's the little wooden beam where you kind of
It's in
tie
the
the
post.
reins? Yeah, there you go. So I'll take the horse down there to that then.
So alright, I'll zoom in a little bit on the place with the I almost said I mean also sheriff, because you're also there.
Yeah, I did that on purpose to make it easy. Yeah, I'll knock and say, "Hey, Captain, it's Sheriff Cooper."
Yeah. So, you're knocking on the door, right? Or just entering?
No, I'll knock first. I have manners.
So, you hear her come in, as there she is. The woman, I'm sure you as a sheriff already seen her at least once or twice, right? Very
Yeah, like we
famous.
may be acquaintances. We
Yeah.
know of each other, maybe. Yeah, not a complete stranger.
As she's sitting here, looking, contemplating as you walk in. So, Sheriff. So, I guess you're the reinforcements that we sent for?
I say, Doc, close the door behind you, would you?
Yeah, this is a behind closed door kind of situation. Close it.
Yeah, so I'll walk up to her and I'll pull out the message that the soldier had on him, and I'll say, "This soldier died not a day's walk from here. Never actually made it into Langstrom County. We came because we haven't heard word for over a week now from you. So something's rotten here."
As she looks at the message. That ain't good.
No, it ain't. He was poisoned. His canteen was laced with something, and it killed him not but a day from here.
What? Poisoned? That's.
Yeah.
I knew there was something foul going on here. I've never seen any attacks like this. Maybe sabotage. Yeah, the one responsible for giving Paul his rations was our cook, James Walker.
I might have to go have a little conversation with him.
And I don't want to.
Is there anybody here that had a was there anybody here that had an issue with this guard that was heading on out? Any quarrels?
Not that I know of. I mean, it's not like we can afford any quarrels. We lost most of our men and women. You might have seen the mass grave outside.
Yeah. You guys needed more than just us four. You guys needed the cavalry, huh?
Yeah, I was hoping that you... Is it just the three of you?
There's four. There's four. There's another one who's tending to the horses. Well, this ain't good, Captain.
This ain't
Well,
good.
maybe since it's already... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
This ain't good. As you said, Sheriff, this ain't good.
No, it ain't. So here's my suggestion, Captain. We do some investigating here in the fort, and then we send a rider out ourselves who hasn't touched a lick of food in this whole fort back to go get reinforcements in the morning, because we can't have them riding out there all night. And it's about to be nightfall, right? So yeah. So it says we stay the night, we see what we can drum up, and then we send a rider back fast as hell to have Langstrom send actual soldiers, not just us.
All right, fair enough.
I'm
Yes, that sounds like a plan. And I hope you help us with the defenses tonight.
Oh, of course, absolutely. I didn't bring much in the way of soldiers. I brought more in the way of, a doctor and a frontiersman to lead us here. So didn't exactly bring a firing squad, but we'll do what we can. Now, where's James Walker? I want to have words with him.
He's probably in the eating hall, right next to this building. She's pointing to the east. So.
Okay. And I'd say, anybody else get sick here? Anybody else coming down with anything like that, or have you not had any other instances?
Nothing physical, no. Most people
Just
are
the
just shaken up.
Yeah.
And we have had barely any sleep.
When did
That's understandable.
when did these attacks begin, and did anything weird start happening before you started getting all these zombie attacks happening?
It's been roughly a week. Nothing weird. They just started to attack every night. They broke through most of our defenses. We burn the corpses each morning. It's
Smart.
Well, and we repaired the wall. They often do manage to break through.
Well, you've done a lot with what little you have here, Captain. That's impressive. So you won't be standing alone tonight. Well, we'll try to keep things quiet here about our investigation, but we'll see what we can drum up. I'm pretty good at that sort of thing, and convincing people to talk and such. So I'll see what I can find out for you. But in the meantime, keep an eye out on these men. Somebody here is a turncoat, is a betrayer.
I won't be turning my back to anybody anytime soon.
Do I trust what she's saying? Like, I don't know. Does Tailspin also have like something similar to like an insight check? Like, does she seem genuine in the information she's saying, or does it feel like she's withholding information?
That
So
would be
the way that gets
acuity again, right?
Yep, you can roll acuity against to get a read on them. Are they hiding something? It's not quite like, it's more like the old school sense motive from earlier editions, right? It's getting a read on them.
So, and she would have to roll a guile, right?
It would actually, it can just be against her sneakiness defense. You just roll against the static number, or you could roll it as a contest if you wanted. But yeah, you can just roll against that number.
Okay, then you have to roll against her sneakiness.
Okay. Total of 7.
7. You can't really get a read on her. She might be telling you the truth, but you're not sure.
Yeah, she's got nerves of steel, that captain. So probably hard to read. And Sheriff Cooper actually just trusts her automatically because he knows of her. Like, he wouldn't suspect her. He's a trusted man at the end of the day.
Tin Man Johnny.
Well, all right. I'd like to.
Tin Man Johnny, while everybody is in there, is there anything you want to do in the background?
Yeah. How tall are the buildings? Taller than, like, the roofs of the buildings taller than the fort walls?
No, they're not taller. It's just there are no upper floors. So I presume with the grasshopper legs, you would be able to jump on them. I don't know the exact distance you can jump with them, but I'm presuming.
I was probably thinking about just doing like a athletics sort of thing.
To not have to strain yourself to.
Yeah, I don't want to strain myself with it.
Yeah, with your robotic arms and so on, you should be able to climb on top of one of them.
Okay, yeah, I would just try to get to like the highest vantage point I could. Pretty much, that would be.
Yeah,
the highest
probably be the
vantage
4
point
walls.
would probably be the 4 towers at the corner of the fort.
Okay. I'll go to, I guess, this tower down here by the building where they went is where I would go.
So you move up there while the others are still busy talking with the sheriff. Let's me move. You have a good view on the mass grave, and you count. I think this was 21 graves, if I'm not mistaken. And
yeah, they've lost most of their men. That's bad.
Yeah. But from the vantage point, you also notice one thing. One of the graves doesn't seem to have a cross. It's like you can see that the earth was somebody dug a grave, like everywhere else. You know, you see the small, what's the word?
Mound
The
of
small
dirt.
mound, but one of them does not have a cross.
I'd wager it's that one.
Yes. Yeah, it's very obviously marked on the map.
Okay. I guess I'll just keep that information for now. I'll wait till my compatriots come out to do some talking if I feel I need to.
Okay, in the meantime, your compatriots are coming out.
Yep. I was going to go looking for the cook, Walker.
Yeah.
But if anybody wants to go do anything else before I hop in there, go for it.
Yeah. When I see them, I'll go approach them and let them know about that grave. That there's one grave without a cross.
So I say
I'll
you're
let the sheriff know.
meeting up in the middle of the fort.
Yeah.
Anything you want to do with
Well,
the information,
Ron,
or go right to the cook?
I just sort of
go talk to the sheriff. Yeah. Let him know.
Yeah. When you tell me about it, I'm like, I can't make heads or tails of that right now. That's a problem for me in a few minutes, I think. I want to talk to this cook. But maybe, Doc, you want to, I say, Johnny, you want to take the dock and maybe check that grave and see if you find anything untoward, and me and Jesse could pop in here to the canteen and talk to Jesse Walker. I love splitting the party. So
Sure, Sheriff.
Yeah, what could
come
go
on, Doc.
possibly wrong about having some people walking out into the middle of the wasteland on their own
nothing.
and do a bunch of
Yeah.
graves that once been unturned? Let's do it.
yeah, exactly. Well, and, it's not nightfall yet. They've been saying it's been coming at night, and so we've got a few minutes here before the sun sets, and we'll make the best of the day.
Like an hour before the sun sets.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
plenty of time. Just don't spend more than an hour outside those walls.
Yeah, give yourselves guys
Yeah,
30
sure.
minutes. Make sure you have time to get back and stuff too, all right?
Yeah, we'll rendezvous in about 15 minutes, let's say. So we'll be quick about it.
Okay, let's start with the cook. Reveal area.
If I find out he poisoned one of his men, Sheriff, you better hold me back, because this
I
whip's
say,
coming out real fast.
Things get worst to worst, I'll expedite you into a deputy rank as needed.
Yeah.
So let's.
All right, I'll go into the mess and go looking for Walker.
As you walk.
Walker!
I assume we
You
can
here?
go check that grave.
Just gonna yell out as soon as
No.
we push in.
No need to screaming, sir. No need to scream, sir. As you see a man in the
he's-
corner. He's currently frying some beans. Very simple food. So,
Yum.
huh. You're new here. Are you the reinforcements? Wait, the Lord knows that we need reinforcements right now.
Well, yes, indeed, and we're a bit of the reinforcement. But I wanted to talk to you for a minute, Walker. I'm Sheriff Cooper, by the way, and I hear you prepare all the food and the provisions for the travel when people need to leave the fort. Now, I'm going to cut right to it, my friend. One of the soldiers that was sent out to deliver the news that reinforcements were needed was found poisoned not a day from here. And I want you to tell me straight, did you poison this man? And I put my hands on my belt, pulling my duster back to show my two, revolvers and my badge. And I say, let's not play games. You poison this man?
Jesse does the same, but with the whip, which is probably not as intimidating.
And I would like to use my bravado here
Yeah, I
to
was
try to make him
thinking-
comply. Right? I'm
Yes.
trying to intimidate him a bit. Basically, I don't want to fight. I don't want to fight this man. I just want the truth.
Okay,
And I say to him, you tell me the truth and you'll get yourself a fair trial here. But you jerk me around all day, and we'll handle things as needed out here in the frontier. So I'm gonna roll.
give me against. Oh,
Ooh, there you go.
Ooh, it's pretty good.
As you tell that that Paul is dead, he said, "Wait, what?" He said, "Boy, no, this can't. No. We already lost too many good men and women out there. I did not poison him. Maybe no. I mean, she has been."
I say, speak up, son.
Maybe
Speak up.
Lawrence brought me the bottle. Maybe.
I say, all right. Who else had their hands in those supplies? This guy Lawrence. Anybody else?
Like the doctor. Like she brought me the bottle. I asked her to get it from the storage. Nobody has been shaken up more by the attacks than her. But she wouldn't do such a thing, right? I mean, I saw her save some lives up there, even with her shaky hands. Like, she wouldn't do something like that. he looks very distraught.
I put my hand on his shoulder comfortingly, not intimidatingly. I say, calm down now, son. It's been my experience that there is no depths of good or evil that the human soul is not capable of. So you sit tight now, friend. Where's Lawrence's stop at? Where's the doc?
She usually in the storage room, needing a lot of alone time recently. Like I said, that woman has seen too much. Most of us just barely holding on to sanity here, but that poor woman, maybe not so poor, I don't know. It can't be right.
I say, no, your candor's appreciated. At the end of the day, we're just here to save lives and find out what's going on. Because we all got to spend the night together here anyway, so might as well get to know all the players in action. You sit tight then, there, Cookie, and I'll be talking to this doctor. And I look at Jesse, and I'm like, no need to beat him up, right? You were ready to roll.
The duster back over, and Jesse just goes, "Is there any reason why this doc is gonna have any would have any reason to not want support coming to this nice fort of yours?"
I would say the way she looks, she would be the one who wanted the reinforcement the most. That's why I'm so baffled. But
Right.
I guess she's a doctor. She would have access to all sorts of concoctions that, in the wrong dosage, would kill a man.
Yeah, that is they've got opportunity and the means. All you don't know really is a motive. I say, well, thanks, Walker. You sit tight, and I just motion to Jesse like we'll go talk to. I'll do like the head motion. We'll go, and then we'll fade into. I'll let the others.
Yes, right. Let's switch up the scene. So, the two of you were walking to the mass grave. You see the clockwork soldier looking down at you. Just a bit of empty eyes, more like... he is a robot, so it does make sense that his look is a bit robotic, but even so, it does look a bit soul-drained as he's just looking at you. And after you walk up a while, he just stops looking at you and continues looking down the road, seeing if anything is approaching. So you two fellers, I presume you're going straight to that suspicious-looking mount?
Yeah, I'd suggest, Doc, this seems a bit odd. We might want to take a look at this.
If it moves, I'm kind of counting on you to toss me over the wall, okay?
Okay. I've got your back, Doc.
You take out your shovel and you start shoveling. One piece of earth after another. And there's definitely a person lying there, dead. As you continue uncovering more of the looks, you uncovered the face. And it's a face that Johnny may not have seen, but you, Doc, just a few minutes ago. In the grave is lying the commander of the fort, Emilia Brooke, dead.
I'll just put all of the dirt back on and pretend we never saw it, okay? We never saw this.
What? Who is it?
It's the commander lady.
The one you just spoke to?
The one who's very much alive. Yep.
Well, let's keep these whispers to ourselves, and let's move with the wind back to the others.
Yeah, we've never been here, okay? We were just checking other graves.
let's do the rounds around the whole fort. Try to ease suspicion.
Yeah, good thinking.
One person can't be in two places at once.
into states either.
So you two
Yeah.
walk around together around the fort once, right?
Yeah.
As,
If we see some other soldiers on the wall, we kind of just wave at them like, yeah, just checking the premises. See if there's any repairs to be made.
you,
Yeah. Do you want us to do any like sort of guile or something like that? Or
I'm
not
just
great
telling
at that.
what you
me
see.
neither. So okay.
You see wooden pikes in the ground, spread more or less randomly around the fort, directed to the west. Very noticeably, in the middle is just a huge pile of burned bones. It smells horrible. Doctor, you remember the commander saying that they burned all the zombies. And you also notice, right about here, the wall has been damaged and hazardly repaired. Doesn't look very solid. But it definitely looks like the zombies are usually trying to break through this specific point.
Can I take a look at the zombies, try to ascertain like where they come from? Are they wearing the same uniform as the people in this camp or something?
Okay, give me an acuity check.
Let's
Let's
see
see again
right
against Adept.
Blech. I think I'll use my luck on this just in case.
And while Trek's doing that roll, I would try to see if there's anything around that I could use to try to reinforce that part of the wall.
Good question. What kind of skill would that be?
Mm-hmm.
I'd probably guess acuity.
Yeah.
If you're cool with that.
I think this is the acuity round. We roll nothing but acuity. Yeah. Then roll acuity for that. You, Doc, you look.
Trek got a 7 on your roll.
Yeah, he's got a 7.
Ooh.
Oh, that's nice. First to the doctor. You look at the bones. They definitely look human, burnt, and in the ashes you do find a few leftovers of clothes. No weapons, no knives, no pistols, no nothing. And the few pieces of clothes that you find do not look like militia uniforms. And Johnny, you see the only things really there close by to reinforce would be taking like maybe 1 or 2 of the pikes.
The spikes.
Yeah, spikes around, which it might be smarter to take some of the edge and put them on that piece of wall.
Yeah, I would definitely try to reinforce the wall. I think the wall is more important than a couple spikes. You know, a couple of those wooden. I forget what they're called. Those like defensive spikes. They have a name, but yeah, I would reason the wall's a bit more important.
Mm-hmm. So you reinforce that, and yeah, if a zombie tries to run against that, they will definitely be just stopped by the spikes. Probably even killed, depending on where it gets them. You see one soldier looking down. So you said you would like wave to the guards. So
Yeah.
and just wave up. So are you the reinforcements?
Yeah.
Yeah, about half of them.
Yeah, we definitely need the reinforcements.
What's your name, kid?
My name? I am Julio.
We're gonna
sign up for
take
this.
good care of you, Julio, okay? Don't
What?
you worry. We're gonna take good care of you, Julio. Don't worry. We're gonna make it through the night, okay?
Okay, yeah. We're making it through the night. Okay. Okay.
I lean to Johnny and go like, most important thing is he believes it, okay? Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think Doc believes that.
No.
Yeah. Surprised he did believe. It seems like there's been lots of trouble here.
I mean, you were at the mass grave, so.
This is how it goes on the borders. This is how it is.
So we'll continue our rounds then, I guess, once we both completed our tasks. And as I mentioned to Doc, I would try to have us go a bit speedy with the information we have.
So
But not like running like we're, we have something crazy. We want to be, don't
Is
want to
there-
raise it.
Is there any hole in the palisade, like in the wall, that we could peep into the camp with?
I mean, there.
Because I'm kind of curious to see, like, if we can see the commander doing anything through the wall where she can't see us,
Give me an acuity roll. But yeah, let's make this a bit easier. Let's say novice.
Oh, yeah, there you
Oh,
go.
nice. Most of the wall is pretty solid, but from all the battle damage, you do actually find here there's few small holes where you can see through. You don't see the commander coming out of her command center.
Okay.
So, I presume all of you want to meet up in the center of the fort again before potentially
Yeah,
splitting
we can meet up
or-
right in front of the well again.
Sure, yeah.
Let's move you all over there.
Well, Luca decided to come back. What'd you guys find?
Doc says we found. I'll have you guys get close, or I'll just walk up close and I'll explain.
Yeah.
Doc says we found. Yeah, we found. What was her name? Amanda.
Yeah, there's a sheriff. Do you know if the commander had a twin sister, maybe?
We weren't exactly on that level of relationship to know about each other's kin, but I mean, not to my knowledge.
What are you
Indeed,
getting
not
at
to
here?
your
Yeah,
knowledge. You've never heard of any
That's a
twin of
weird-
hers.
Yeah, that's a weird question to ask, Doc. What spurred that?
Well, because either we just desecrated her twin sister's grave, or we've got a bit of a doppelganger problem.
Son of a bitch!
what
And
now?
immediately Jesse starts marching towards.
Now, hold on. Now, Doc. Tell me. So you saw Captain Burke in that grave,
Yes, sir.
and you're sure?
I mean, yeah.
If I see the captain, I can confirm.
We didn't stick around because, like, we didn't want people to know we were doing this, so we kind of just did the rest of the tour,
Yeah, you just keep that. We'll keep that to ourselves. And I like put my hand on Jesse's shoulder, like, keep it cool, keep it loaded, but keep it cool. You know what I mean?
Somebody's getting whipped soon. I'm telling you that.
The time will be soon, I'm sure. But we got to remember,
how
as
do
I
you
look
load
like
this
time,
thing?
right?
I take
We're
the
gonna be
rifle
stuck
you
here
gave
all
me.
night.
Like, how
sorry,
do you
what?
load this thing? I take the rifle you gave me and go like, how do you load
I
this
check
thing
its
anymore?
load. Yeah, I check its load. I make sure it's full of ammo, right? And I hand it back to him, and I just tell him, like, don't keep your booger picker off of the boom boom trigger, though, okay? Until you're real ready. Just keep. That's the main thing I want you to know: is don't shoot your foot off, or don't shoot my foot off, okay?
Yeah, I know what these things can do. I just don't know the how.
Yeah, well, and the main thing is if you're not sure how to shoot it, or just aim center mass. That's the easiest thing to do. But Johnny, let's walk with me a moment. I'm gonna go check in with the captain real fast. I want you to have eyes on her. And so I just want to, like, real quick, and I'm gonna go check in with the captain. Like, hey, Captain, we're still following up on some leads. Just really quick, open the door with Johnny with me. Does that sound good?
Okay.
I'll follow you.
So, you go down there with.
Well, just like, hey, Captain.
So yeah, To go down there?
Yeah, and my plan is to, I'll knock again. It's Sheriff.
Come in.
So I'll just open it up and I'll say, hey, Captain, we talked to the cook and we're following up on another lead. I just want to let you know that the mystery is still unsolved.
Okay. But keep an eye on that cook.
I will.
Johnny, you see her, and that's definitely the same face.
Okay.
And I would, I look and I make eye contact with Johnny. And do you respond with any non-verbal cue?
Yeah, I give you a nod for sure.
Okay.
Yes,
I would like... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
By the way, could the two of you come in? I have something that might help with investigation, but nobody else can see it.
Sure, just one sec. And I look back toward Jesse and Doc with a, a head gesture. And I'll come in and I want to actually mark her with dogged pursuit.
All right.
So now I have my eye on her. So I just...
Sorry, as to say, when I see the sheriff doing that, I'm gonna motion to the doc to like come with me to get closer, essentially.
Yeah, I'll walk in.
Just
mark
ready
her
to
and walk
jump
in.
if anything happens.
Yeah, and
Yeah, I'm ready to jump backwards, but I'm leaning on the eating hole.
You
Just
kidding me, Doc?
Totally not using it as cover.
So yeah, I'll say,
and-
what's the story, Cap?
I was just gonna say too, real quick. Sorry,
Before we
I'll
continue-
pretty much stand in the doorway, holding the door open, pretty much. Like, so that's as far as I'll come in. Just, I'm a bit wary. Don't like being in closed spaces too much.
Right, you come in, and she asks you, could you please close the door?
I'll motion for Johnny, like, yeah, come on in. Don't lock
Okay.
it. But, yeah,
I'll-
come on.
Yeah, I'll close the door, but I'm pretty much standing at the door.
Yeah, and I'll just take a seat at one of the chairs, right? At her desk.
So, so you're inside or outside, Johnny?
Inside, yeah, I'll stay inside with Sheriff. But I'll pretty much be right by the door, just like leaning on the wall next to the door.
That's a cool pose to be in.
Yeah. Sheriff. She gets up and starts to walk towards the door, standing right in front there. You should tell your men that it's not nice to desecrate graves.
What are you talking about?
Sorry, proceed.
You got a good look, Johnny, as she looks in your face, and you start to see how her face is transforming, opening up, as fleshy tentacles start coming out of her.
Oh,
And it's time
yeah, I
to
would definitely try to. Go ahead, sorry. Go.
And it's time to change the token I'm using for her.
I think the zombies are going to be the least of our worries.
The zombies were actually trying to stop her. They were warning us.
Right? Oh no.
I'm just gonna put the token away. So
I would respond, seeing that by trying to pretty much shove her away or through the wall, even.
So I would
Are we
say
going into turn-based play?
let's start combat, and since you are like instinctively shoving her away, I would say your group starts. If you like, Johnny, like start shoving.
Yeah, you want to just start us off, Zarek?
Sure. Yeah. So I would be shoving. How far do you shove? Like, I know I have buster arms, so I'm like my might is considered extraordinary when I'm doing this.
Shoving
shove.
is just 5 feet by default, unless you have an edge that upgrades that.
Okay. probably just shove her directly away then. Yeah, just reflexively get her out of the way. So I will do. What is it? That'll be my +8, right?
Yeah, you're extraordinary, so you're +8 to shove things with your robo arms.
So that should be an 11.
11. Okay, one question.
Yeah.
Since she is inhuman in all of her stats, does that mean you would have to roll a 14?
Yeah.
Okay, so as you try to shove her, your arms you don't feel any resistance in your arms as they kind of just go through her body as you see her opening gaps where your arms would be, completely losing like the base human structures of her. You shall be the next one in the grave.
Okay, and then I will immediately respond with a punch. Then I'll try to use my butt arms. Yeah. So that's a +6. Oh, there we go.
Oh yeah, that's a hit.
Awesome. Okay, so I would then roll 6 d10s, right? Or no, 4.
4 d10s, yeah.
I got a 1. There we go.
That's a critical injury, right?
Right.
And,
Yeah. I was just punching at bulk, I guess. I didn't specify that I was shooting, trying to punch.
Right, yeah,
at
if you
it.
don't specify, it's assumed bulk.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Let me just read one thing again to make sure. Okay, so just to get clear, if you get a critical injury, you're not already dying, right? That would not trigger the
Correct.
limited immortality thing of hers, right?
Correct. That would need to be a lethal injury, 1 up from that.
Okay. But yes, you punch center mass quicker than she can react as you feel the fleshiness, your fist sinking. She screams in an unholy way. So, that hurt more than it should. Cut up, boy.
Oh boy, we are. I'm gonna haul her out just like as an incidental. I go, Jesse, about that whip you had?
The door's
That'd be a great
closed,
time.
right?
Yeah, the door's closed.
Yeah, like, remember
Yeah.
when I said to be ride or die? So I don't have Eldritch knowledge, so I don't really know what this is, but I know that it ain't natural. I'm gonna, I have equipped, just as an insult, I'm gonna pull out my holy symbol and just think, oh, we're gonna need some divine intervention today, I say to myself. And I want to use an action to hold up my holy symbol and try to frighten her with just a frighten afflict, and be like, whatever demon from the pit of hell you are, you stay back from these fine folk. And I'm gonna try to roll it. I'm just gonna use one action. I'm good at this. Do I want to go all in on it? Yeah, let's go all in. Is there a roll with advantage here? I'll just roll the die twice and take the higher. Okay, so going all in on it. Okay, so I got a 9 and I'm +6, so I get 15 to frighten her. And horrors and undead are not immune to being frightened by me when I have my holy symbol. As long as I keep it out.
As I said before the stream, that's a very important information that because normally
I didn't know we would be doing this. So
your faith materialized some sort of light, and she reacts, moving away. she doesn't like it at all.
Awesome. So she'll low roll, for the other players. That means she'll low roll her attacks and stuff against us now. And because of my castigate edge, she can't move closer to me. As long as I keep this holy symbol out, she can't move closer to me while she's frightened by me. But she's only frightened until the end of my next turn, so it doesn't last forever. And that was both of my actions, so I'm done. I'm done for this player turn.
So I have 2
Oh, you
questions.
did 2?
I went all in to high roll.
Oh, right. Yeah, you did all in. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, what was that question, Ryan?
So I guess first question is, opening a door, is that one of my actions, or is that like an easy enough thing? Okay. And Blaze,
Unless
did
it's
she
locked or barred,
Yeah.
it would just be incidental to open.
Yeah, and that's me as Ryan asking, because Jesse wouldn't know this, but like Blaze, you did say that she went to the door, but I don't believe you mentioned she locked it, so not sure if
She
Jesse's would have
hasn't
heard
locked it so far. It's more about
She
stopping anybody from
Okay.
getting out, and less about.
Yeah, I get it.
Okay. All right. So in that case, okay. So Jesse's gonna. I'm assuming if I open the door, I can't really probably get a good whip attack. Or how does that work in this case? Can I whip on an angle like this? Like I guess it'd be low roll because it's 5 feet with the whip. It's a ranged weapon, or
It's not a ranged weapon, it just has reach. It's still melee.
oh, okay.
So you're good. The only thing that, Blaze, you could determine is if maybe she has some cover from it because of the door frame. That's up to you. And all cover does is increase the rank that you need to hit by 1.
Doug, you're trying to attempt.
So I'm asking, if I open this door, does it have any cover from me from my current position?
From your current position, yes. Oh yeah, you didn't hear me, but when I said that, yes, from your current position, you have cover. She has cover, but if you reposition, she would not have cover.
Okay, cool. All right. Well, I'm gonna see. Jesse's gonna hear Sheriff calling. He's gonna go. It's about time. He pulls out the whip and opens the door while moving this way. So moves this way, opens the door, and then sees this thing standing there. Goes, "You're one ugly mother," and then as just cracks the whip, aiming for the face. Let me see if I got all
Makes
this
sense.
here.
Basically.
Aiming for the ace, but I'm also going to be using Dirty Fighting, where I will be reducing the injury dice by 1 to select the condition of blinded. So if this, if I inflict an injury, they're blinded as a complication until the end of their next turn.
And even if you don't inflict an injury, if you just hit them, the blinded condition will be temporary. Like you can do temporary blinded, but if you injure them, it's added permanently to that injury. Like you can kind of permanently blind people. If you're
Okay.
lucky.
So
Okay,
she.
sweet. All right, so
Okay, try to hit her.
Trek, were you trying to say something? I saw your thing lighten up.
Nice, gospel.
so this is a 10 total, which I think that means that's a hit then, because it was 15 feet, and which is my range, but then it was an ace, which would increase the rank to.
Then she tries to dodge it as a reaction. And she rolls low, right? So
Yep, she will roll.
that's inhuman, so plus 10. So
My goodness.
a 13. As you try to hit her with your whip, her head kind of just splits apart, and you hit just air.
That's not fair.
Yeah, because you would have hit the head normally, right? You would have, but
Yeah. Doc, get over here. That's all Jesse's really got.
Yeah, you
Let's
moved,
take
right?
a look at the thing.
Yeah, I moved to make it so that they didn't have cover.
and you can keep moving. Like you can split your move.
Okay,
your whole
I guess I'll
distance
move.
if you
I'll
wanted
move
to.
another. I'll move a little bit. No, actually, no. I don't want to move because I'm about to use my movement to get back into range again.
Yeah, just making
Yeah.
sure you do.
Yeah, I'll take a look at that thing and go like, oh god, I'm gonna have so much work tonight, and take a big old swig of my whiskey flask. Which means -1 strain, but that's not really a problem right now. The main thing is you kind of hear this old man. I guess in his voice that would be words of encouragement. The fact that he's gonna have work tonight, because that means you're still gonna be alive for me to work on you. So you all have +1 injury die to all your strikes if you're within 30 feet of me.
Awesome.
That's one action. I'm very good here. I don't want to move.
Yeah, you're in a good position, defensive position.
I'll try to use that lead pipe that you just gave me, Sheriff Cooper, and shoot the thing, even though I'm probably gonna miss.
And she has cover from that. But
Yeah.
You can try. You've got 10 shots. One will hit
Sheriff
eventually,
will just
right?
enter a mask.
And you're
So
high
it's-
rolling because you're emboldened from your booze.
Ooh. So it's gonna be acuity, I guess.
No.
The rifle uses ranged. If you're using the
Yeah,
gun,
which would be
Ranged. That's
Yeah.
worse, I think.
yeah, your laser eye uses acuity.
I'll just do 2 rolls. Okay, yeah, 7.
Just 7 total. Right now.
Yup.
7 total. You are. He would need an 8 from that distance, right?
Yeah, he's close range, which would be a 6 to hit center mass, but
he
cover makes it
has
an 8.
cover. Yeah.
Yep.
Sorry. As you just
Hit
hit
the
the
door
wall.
frame. Yeah. You almost
Been
had him
right
there,
next to
Doc. Good
Jesse,
try.
I was aiming for you. Sorry.
Putting me out of my misery, huh?
Uh,
All right, I think that's all of us, all the players.
yes.
Uh-oh.
And she, or better said, it, whatever it doesn't look very human. She looks at Johnny, and wasn't there? Yeah, manifest fear. As she said, "Oh, poor little Johnny." Got all his limbs cut off, as she starts to look a bit like a blood oiler, partially taking on its form. And that should trigger frightened. If I roll high enough against.
Yeah, it's against your grit defense on Johnny.
Oh yeah, I
So-
rolled low. I rolled low.
Yeah, you have to beat a 6.
I've got 14. So now
Yeah.
you are frightened, right? Until the end of next turn. So,
Okay.
Oh, gnarly. She was conjuring up the blood oilers.
Yeah.
as
Triggering my fear.
as
Yeah.
one of her arms, looking like the chainsaw of the blood oiler, is going down on you, she tries to hit you.
I will try to block, for sure.
So you gotta beat the
Even
18.
Oh, I don't even think that's... Is that possible?
Yeah. Not possible at +6.
Yeah, it's not. So, I guess I use my reaction and nothing happens then, yeah.
So that means she has 6d10.
Oh, no.
2.
Twos.
So,
Yeah, a 2.
So that's going to be serious, right?
Yes, that should
Yep.
be a serious injury. And that means also that it's enough to make him start bleed, right?
It depends on what the attack says. Yeah,
it
whatever
says-
complications occur. If
It just
yeah, if it's a
says
serious
1d10
injury or higher.
bleeding.
Yep, then it would be a bleeding injury, just like ravages, like tears at the flesh, right? And big bleeding wound.
You get a big gushing wound right on your chest. Yes, blood starts pumping. You're afraid, and she has 3 actions actually, or I should say it.
Yeah.
As it just becomes. It starts to use those metal parts of the somewhat blood oily look that she has to increase her to gain additional armor. She gains resistance to all injuries.
Okay.
Yeah, that's not good. This ain't good, guys. This ain't good. Is it? Yeah.
And you see the guards on the top. They're like confused. What's going on? You see, what's his Juan or Julio? Julio. Just, grabbing his rifle. He's afraid. What's going on? Well, you also see the clockwork soldiers seeing the situation and also confused for a second. And you see another militia coming out. Hey, what's going on? They're a bit shaken,
I point
but
at the
maybe
big
they
monster
might be... Sorry?
in the doorway. I point at the big monster in the doorway and go, "That's what's going on."
Starting next turn, they might be helping you, but now they're still like too confused about everything.
Yeah.
So that means it's your turn again. Bleeding means Johnny gets 1 strain, right?
Yeah,
At the end of
player turn.
Oh,
Yeah. Pretty much all those kinds of status effects are end of turn, so you have a chance to do something about it if you need to.
Is there a way beside, like, I know some consumables could, but like, there's no way for me to try to like shake off the frightened condition, is there? Yeah.
No, not like built in. Some edges or consumables and such help with that. Well, before you start fighting, Johnny, I want to. Because you're next to me. I want to. I take out my anointing oil. I have holy oil. I want to dump it on his fist to bless his fist for a minute.
And I did gain.
So I say,
one vendetta, by the way.
Oh, you've got a vendetta. Yeah.
I should have 2 actually. Because
which
the
version are you
frightened, and then I got hit with the bleeding. Would that count?
Well, frightened isn't an injury, so that one wouldn't do it. But
yeah, wrongs you in a dramatic way. Okay, so just 1.
Yeah, that would be like for narrative play. But
right.
So I'm gonna dump my anointing oil on Johnny's fist. You get +1 more injury die on all your attacks against horrors and undead with that fist now. And I say we're gonna need some help here, Johnny. So that's an action for me to apply it to your weapon.
Yeah.
So now, no, proceed if you wish to. But I want to make sure I buffed you first.
Yeah, I was gonna let Doc or Jesse go first, hoping they can maybe help me out a little bit.
I've got a silly little idea. I'll bang on the wall of the eating hall and call for the cook, and basically go, "Hey cook, bring some flour and some alcohol."
Okay, I'll say that's an auto success. So, what's going on? Emergency?
Yeah, we're having a cookout.
1 second. So he did hear the shooting, right? So, and he starts running towards the door. He's out. He has the flower and so on in his hand. I would say that took an action because you did not just speak, but
probably
instructed him.
And outside of that, I'll just start the cooking process. I'll activate my laser eye and try to maybe fry some of those weird limbs that she has together to make them easier to hit. I think that it's still just acuity.
Yeah, your laser eye is acuity. You can shoot it with acuity. Yeah.
Still emboldened, or was that just 1 round?
It's the end of your next turn, so it lasts through this whole turn.
And I'm still emboldened, and I kinda needed that.
And you use your acuity this time, so it'll probably be higher than +2.
My acuity is +2.
Oh, never mind.
Emboldened is 2. Emboldened is where you pretty much high roll, right?
Yeah, you high roll. So he rolled twice on there. He just he got a 9 on the second roll. Oh, looks like.
Yeah.
That's weird. It's only
Sometimes
showing me
the die
1
don't
roll.
matter.
Yeah.
Since I thought it was. So,
So
two
you
there.
using your eye to make the concoction burn, right?
For now, we haven't made our little meal yet. I'm just trying to fry her a bit.
Ah,
Yeah, he's just shooting her. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's a 9. That's
Probably not going to be
actually
enough, but maybe that will help.
That's actually a hit. So roll for the damage.
Is it a D8? I think it says.
Yeah, whatever it said. D8 sounds fine. I think I changed it in a recent update, but don't worry about it. Yeah, so it'd be 2D8.
2d8. And do I get anything from Zealous Fervor? It says +2 injury dice to all strikes. I don't know.
Strike
what
or melee. That's a melee strike.
Ah, okay. Yeah, I'll keep the melee for you guys. Don't want to steal your spotlight.
You hit her, but because of her resistance, it just kind of bounces off one of her metal plates and bounces off, hitting the wall next to her. Na na na.
Alright. That's it for me, yeah.
Yeah.
Helpful. Maybe before you guys try to hit her, I can try to make her frightened again, so that her reactions are worse. You want me to try to debuff her again before you you swing your? I'll see what I can do.
Get her, Sheriff.
Yeah, demon from the pit of hell. My friends are gonna beat you up eventually. Here we go. I only got an 11, so not enough.
So little human.
All right, that's it. Okay, Pa, lead me here, and he's gonna. First of all, he's gonna take a shot of his whiskey flask here. So I'm now emboldened, and then I'm going to also use Dirty Fighting to remove 2 injury dice as I aim for the ace. 1 to try blinding, and 1 to try dazing as I aim for the ace here. All right, come on. Oh, I don't know why it rolled 2. I only hit once. Do you want me to just re-roll that?
Oh no, well yeah, because you're high rolling from being emboldened, and so
but you also
Okay, it was a 6 and a 1.
But he's frightened.
No, I was frightened.
Oh,
yeah,
sorry, you're right. Sorry.
yeah.
Okay.
All right, it was a 6 and a 1. That's what I rolled. So 6 plus 6 is a 12.
12.
So that would have hit. That would have
use a
hit.
reaction to dodge that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I? Is that a low? Is that automatically a low roll or?
Yeah, is the frightened gone already?
Yeah, it was just the end of her next turn. So, and I failed to get her again with it. I rolled too low.
Okay.
So
He's dodgy.
yeah. That's
that's
plus
a miss.
10. So what did you have?
12.
12.
You know what? I'm gonna use my luck. Try to use my whip to like bring the whip in a way that she wouldn't expect it, and can I use my luck to make her low roll that?
You could high roll yours again.
Yeah, you
Okay.
can re-roll with your. You usually can't manipulate other people's luck. You manipulate your own. That's how
Gotcha.
that. So you could re-roll yours and.
That would
Nice.
do it.
That is
Yes,
enough.
there we
You
go.
still hit her.
Okay. So
Good use of luck.
Yeah. So okay, I need to do a lot of math here. So I got 3 injury dice because I got 2 from myself for being emboldened from Vanguard, and then I got 1 from Doc because I'm near Doc. So that puts me up to 7 injury dice. But then I reduced it by 2 because I'm blinding and dazed.
Yep.
So
So, you
I'm-
got 5 remaining.
5. Okay. I'm just gonna. Okay. Well, I was gonna roll these in
It's
here,
okay.
but I'm not used to these 3D dice. I'm gonna just keep that one that's the 19, and then I'm just gonna roll 4 more here.
Gotcha.
My roll 20 just crashed.
Okay. So while he's resolving that, so even if he doesn't inflict an injury with this, the dazed and the blinded last until the end of her next turn from the dirty fighting edge.
Nice.
Let's try this
Gonna
again.
be helpful,
40,
yeah.
What does
40, 20.
dazed do?
Dazed is -1 reaction. Oh, what?
You've got a
That's
one.
yeah. I want one. Yes.
And you are.
And you were going for the ace.
Yes.
Which-
I
Are
was.
those D20?
Yeah, they're D20s.
Yeah.
for
What's
the
their
whip.
D20s?
So
Wow.
that means
You can't believe you
that's
crit
a
that.
second critical wound, since he has resistance, right? Which means
Yes, but he was also going for the ace, which is vulnerable. And so
Yeah,
the resistance
so-
and the vulnerable cancel each other out.
So it is critical, right? Or is
Yes.
it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
critical. As you hit her
That means
again.
the condition.
What?
Sorry, I was gonna ask. That means the injuries. That means the conditions add as a complication, then, right? Like she's permanently blinded and dazed. Am I understanding that correctly?
The injuries, those are complications to the injury then. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
As she's you hit your whip, she dodges, but you have such you're so good at maneuvering it. You change the angle, hitting her with incredible force. You trigger some sort of chain reaction as most of her flesh just starts blowing apart. The mask falls to the ground, and you see a crystalline heart, barely holding up, just opening up, floating there.
Alright.
Huh.
See, Sheriff, I told you I knew how to use a whip.
That's why you come in hot there, Jesse. And I'm just standing there with my hand on my gun, like, well, damn.
So that means she's blinded, so she has to low roll all skill tests and can only attack.
She is immune to
in the
being
dark.
blinded.
Ah, okay. Is she immune to being dazed?
No, she's not. So she's
Okay, so she has -1 reaction then. Cool.
Do you have another
okay, so
action
there's-
left, Brian?
No, I drank from my flask
Oh.
and I attacked. That's my turn.
Okay. What were you saying there, Peter?
Oh, I was saying that so she like kind of melts away, and there's nothing but this crystalline core that we're seeing in the sloughed flesh. And I don't know what that is in character.
Yeah.
Looks like an artifact. I want it.
It's
And
Johnny's
I think Johnny's the only one with action economy left. Yeah.
Yep. So I'm gonna go with my holy water. That's what it was, right? Holy water. soak
Anointing
fist.
oil.
Oh, okay. My anointed fists. I'm going to throw some punches here.
Oh, sorry. She should be agonized also because of the whip, right?
Correct. She might be immune.
also immune to.
Okay.
The dazed though is really good.
Yeah,
the
yeah,
dazed is -1 reaction is huge when fighting bosses.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good. So I'm just doing Wait, you said I'm empowered, or I have?
You
extra
add just
injury
one more injury die to all of your attack rolls, or all your strikes, or no, sorry, all of your attacks with that weapon against undead and hordes.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
you
that
are
would be
frightened though. So you low roll.
You are frightened.
okay. Then I would just go all in. Do you want me to?
Okay. Then it's 13, right? Because they cancel each other out. Which yes, that means that is a hit. Roll for damage.
Okay, and
Now
now
you normally roll 4,
Yeah.
and my anointing oil adds 1, and Jesse Calloway's zealous fervor adds another 1, because they're both the Doc and Jesse are zealous fervor, so you're adding an extra 2.
Okay, and I think I just didn't specify, so that was a bulk attack, right?
Yeah.
And I am going to spend my vendetta to empower the injury. So,
You
that.
you see those flashes of your past with the blood oiler, but you focus. You feel emboldened by your allies. You take your fists coated in holy water as you scream to cast the fear away, striking right into that crystal cord. As it hits, it starts breaking, splintering in all sorts of directions, and the mass of flesh just turns into liquid, seeping to the ground. Whatever it is, it stopped moving.
Awesome.
So I broke the crystal. I just like shattered it with my fist.
Boom, with your big metal fist. I was imagining, or you smash it between your two, like Hulk style.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I was thinking like the fists have a bunch of steam jets come out and just like
Yeah. Have you ever seen what was that old anime? Big O?
No, I haven't seen that one.
Oh man, I'll find a clip and send it to you guys later. It was cool from 20 years ago, something like that. I'll find a clip. It's great.
Johnny, what are you doing? We could have sold that.
Yeah. Sorry about your artifact, but
yeah, well, what in tarnation was that? Do any of us have Eldritch knowledge?
As you see Walker,
Absolutely not.
The other militia just storming in. What just happened? What's going on? With the rifles, they're all shaking to see the mass. Like,
Some
I
sort of
intercept the
demon.
cook as he's walking with the flour and the alcohol. I pick the alcohol and I go, yeah, that's for me, thank you.
Bring alcohol, quick! It's just for you. I say, well, some sort of demon was wearing the face of Captain Burke. She's dead out in one of those graves out there. And I unholster my gun. Any of you knew about this?
no. What? No.
I go over the dock, by the way, with my bleeding, clavicle
Right, you would be
area.
strained. From the blood loss.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
I'd go to
you're
the
gonna
dock
need to get that checked out.
Yeah, you need to fix me up.
Is it an injury?
It is an injury.
Serious injury, I believe.
Serious injury. You're gonna need an actual operation, but for now this will do. And I whip out like a big old syringe of morphine.
Okay. Sure.
So you
That's not
ignore one location's injury until you rest.
So it just treats
So
it.
it's not
pretty much.
treated technically. It's just none of the complications are active while the
Okay.
morphine's running.
Okay.
So yeah, you'll need something later, maybe some stitches, but for now he just pumped you full of drugs.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah, it's gonna take more than an hour to fix you up. We don't have that
I'll
time.
definitely want to rally the troops, and because we still got to survive the night here, in the fort in theory. So
Mm-hmm.
I'll try to take control of the situation, like role playing wise. Try to take control. I'm in charge here. I am the sheriff.
So, you don't want to look into it more, or just start preparing for the defense?
Well, for now, I want the soldiers to, stay on guard because we're entering into night. Then I want to go rummaging through
Okay.
the office.
Then
Right.
give
But yeah,
me
first, all the
a
guards
bravado.
can't. All the soldiers.
Then give me a bravado check.
Oh, I'm good at that.
Yeah. That's probably just critical. Yeah.
I got a 10 total, so like a master test is what I got.
They're still shocked up, but they see, okay, at least we have another authority figure that we can trust for now, and they go back to the posts.
All right, good. Now we can go rummaging through Burke's supplies here, and I'll I see it's maybe a Foot Locker or something here in the corner. I'll go looking around for trying to find some information about what happened here.
As you look around, most of it looks normal. Clothing, a weapon here and there, paper, notes, maps from the area. But there, hidden in the lowest areas of the chest, you find a weird looking item. Kind of like a totem artifact. It has a form of a skull on it, which looks like blood flowing out of it. It definitely looks very unholy.
I don't much like
you
that.
have knowledge about unholy, right?
Yes, I'm familiar with the unholy, not an expert.
So you theorize with your knowledge. Maybe this is what is pulling in the zombies. Like
Do I think we could break it? Yeah. Do I think Johnny's holy fists of vengeance could smash this and destroy it, or is there something else I would need to do? I'll bring it out to Johnny. I say, Johnny, here's why all the zombies are coming, and I'll set it down. You know what to do.
No!
No way!
Yeah. And I pick it up, and since I am doing a break, would this count as a break test?
Yeah, I
Peter?
would say you don't have to test it. You have like holy water infused giant metal fists. It's just like for you.
You guys have no
I
respect
just like
for
take it in my
kids
hand
in
and
the
just like
It's so funny. I'm sorry, Jesse, but this is what's drawing in those zombies. We can't.
Well,
we
man,
can't.
you're
I'll
a
give you
holy
the
man. We
shard.
could have probably found a way to like turn it back to normal or something like that. It could have been worth something.
I don't see a preacher around here to do that. I'm a far cry from a preacher, man. Can't risk it. Tell you what, I'll let you have the shards.
Yeah.
And you can go glue
Oh,
them
great!
back.
Yeah. Oh, thanks.
I just like
Don't
let the
talk
I can make you a
me,
drawing
come
if you want.
What?
I can make you a drawing of it if you want.
Jesse just throws his hands up and just marches away.
You're playing those traits to a T here. Zarek, were you describing that Johnny like grinds it to dust?
yeah. I like crushed it and just like
From your
turned it into
picture.
dust.
That's great.
Every time you like hear the gritting sound, you just see Jesse just like cringing more and more as it gets grated down more and more.
That's funny.
But yeah, with the holy water, you hear it like slightly sizzle as you're breaking it apart. But you're pretty sure it doesn't work anymore.
Cool.
Boy, it's a good thing I chose the Church of Ashes culture for this adventure, because no one else had any knowledge of the unholy.
Yeah.
So how about we switch to epilogue mode for the rest of the
Yes, sir.
So, Sheriff Cooper, you try to keep the situation under control and staying there the night, making sure everything is fine, and indeed there are no zombies this night. The few militia that are left are for first they're shook that their commander was some sort of unholy monstrosity this whole time, but on the other hand they're grateful that all those attacks are finally over. And you message back to the county, they start to send in reinforcements, and the fort is safe for now. Any future things your characters wants to do? Sheriff Cooper, for example?
Well, the sheriff would hold the fort until they bring a replacement. That would be what he'd do. He'd stay here and probably send, like, Johnny and the doc back or something. You know, he'd send people back to actually inform people of what happens, and then he'd stay and help hold the place in the meantime. That would be his plan.
Johnny would be willing to go back to like guide the other people back here as well.
Right, yeah, I was thinking to send the frontiersmen back to get them back safe. So that we don't have more dead messengers on the road back to Langstrom.
Yeah.
And maybe Doc could stay, actually. And
I'm staying for no particular reason. I'm not wanted or anything. It's just I really like it here, you know.
The man casted his own, right?
Yeah.
That's his own business.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'd go back with Johnny.
Yeah, you actually
I
find
bitter
thought
about
Doc
the
picked me up too.
Dr. Drifter, you actually find the local doctor. She was hiding in the storage after this, and you do realize the mental stress of seeing so many injuries kind of has broke her. You also notice she got addicted to her own medicine, and you notice, yeah, it's better to send her back home and for you to take over here, and the people that are injured here are very helpful for your help. And it's not like she did a bad job, it was just too much for her.
Yeah. When we now know that it wasn't the doctor that gave the cook the bottle.
Mhm.
You know, it may have looked like the doctor,
Yeah.
but
But yeah, and Jesse. Sorry, it was Jesse. Yes, Jesse.
Yep.
What do you do? What's your?
Oh, I'm
future
heading
plans?
back with Johnny back to the other to rally more troops, and I just stare at him the entire time as we do. You know, it could have been worth a lot. We could have been made for life.
And I'm like picking dust out of my metal hands, like the little grooves and stuff.
That's great.
All right, that was GM's Day Off. I hope you all enjoyed it, the ones playing and the ones watching. The links to all these awesome creators will be down in the description below. And does anybody want to do some plug-in, just some advertising before we stop recording?
I'll just pop in and say if this game seemed cool, the playtest materials are free to download on the Tales from Elsewhere website. It's just talesfromelsewhere.com. There's quick start rules, a one-shot adventure that takes about 4 to 6 hours to run, and a bunch of pre-gen characters, and all of the characters we played today can be made with the playtest character creation rules that are on there. So everything we were is you can play as well if you download those. So check them out at talesfromelsewhere.com.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can make yourself like a cool cyborg character,
Yeah.
a holy, sort of holy fearing sheriff, a doctor who's kind of crazy, it seems. Pretty much it.
Or a crazy old
And Indiana
man
Jones.
that has a speaking squirrel on the shoulder that's definitely not there and not just an hallucination. That's one of my characters that I played. It was very fun. I definitely recommend this game. If you're not afraid to die, this is an awesome game. All right.
Blaze, did you want to plug what we're doing for the next GM's Day?
Oh yeah, that's an excellent idea. Next time in GM's Day Off, Peter will be running the game, and we will be playing Indominant. Yeah, superhero tabletop RPG.
Wait.
And I hear yours out soon, or was
Backer Kit is April 8th is when we're launching the Backer Kit for Indominant, yeah.
Backer Kit? There we go. So,
Heck
looking forward to that.
It's gonna be great.
See you
Thanks
around,
for
everybody.
GMing, Blaze.
What?
Thank you. It was so much fun.
Oh, I said thanks for jamming. That was fun.
Everybody.
See you around, everybody.
See ya.
Bye.